Differences pay off a lot in marriage. Differences. If we are talking about achievements, if we are talking about reaching significance, if we are talking about making more money, if we are talking about wealth creation, differences between the spouses pay off a lot. I cannot overemphasize this. This is very important. Listen to me. The first difference that we notice between the man and a woman is the use of their brain. The man uses the left side of his brain. So he's a left-sided animal. The woman uses the right side of her brain. So technically, she's a right-sided animal. And they go on in life with that, and they get married. That does not change. The left side man marries the right side woman. And what are the things that are on the left side of the brain that are critical to this discussion? What are the things that are on the right side of the brain that are critical to this discussion? The left side of the brain is the center for logic. Logic is the center for logic. Yeah, 1 + 1 is necessarily going to be 2. And so the man is a person of logic. Is a center of objectivity. That this happens, this must follow it. And any day this happens, I expect as a left-sided man that this must follow it. If it doesn't happen like that, I get confused, I get thrown off balance. But for the woman, the right side of the brain is the center for intuition. The center for intuition. And intuition is, I get the feeling that this might happen, but I don't have the proof and I don't know whether it will happen and how it's going to happen. But I have that strong feeling, intuition. And I can tell you that your wives are filled with so much intuition, while the men are filled with so much logic. Oftentimes, this thing that God has put in the man and the woman, when they come for marriage, is supposed to build them up, supposed to make them better, supposed to make them to see both sides of the ball. But it creates a lot of enmity. Why? Lack of understanding. Because if you are going into business as a family, you need to sit together, because you need the left side of the brain to bring the logic aspect of it, but you also need the right side of the brain to bring the intuition aspect of it. If you use it, you're using your whole brain to be able to work. And I can tell you that no deceiver, no 419 like we usually call them here, will be able to succeed. Because where there is logic and there is intuition, such things will not happen. Moreover, if they meet the man and the man says, okay, I will think through the night, I will come back with an answer for you, or I will discuss with my wife, the person that is coming to deceive you will start fidgeting. And that's when you hear, you don't need to discuss. You can take a decision now and it will be better for you. Listen, when you are going into a business and the person is pushing you to take a decision immediately, know that there is something against you in it. There should always be times to be able to triangulate, to be able to think through it, to be able to son it in your heart, to be able to discuss with your spouse. That is when that business that is looking as if it's very lucrative will be demystified. But you need to open up. You need to open up and be able to speak to your spouse in such a way that that spouse can get back to you with a real feedback. Not with trepidation or saying, I don't know what I will say and he will get angry or she will get angry. No. You don't need that. So these differences is what I'm discussing only one of them. The left side for the man and the right side for the woman. Well, you might want to know that the right side of the brain is the memory center, and that's why women remember much more. You remember the shirt you were wearing the day you came to propose. You remember the ambience, the place, the situation, the food you ate. Remember the kind of ring you wore. Remember what she was wearing, the friends that were around. But all these things are not clear to the man. So you need the memory. It can also be tweaked in the negative way, because it also makes the person to remember the things that are not necessary. But I can tell you that if you use those two differences, the objectivity, the logic in the side of the man, the intuition and the memory on the side of the woman, you'll be able to get a full option for your businesses. I'll tell you a story about my life in another episode, so look out for it. Like, share, subscribe to Family Colors TV. We'll make your life and your marriage more colorful. Thank you and God bless.